Greetings, Pokemon fans, and welcome back to Polywar's Wrath. My name is JD, and today we're doing a video where we're breaking down. We have a series we're doing in Generation 1 where we're taking every type, playing through all the types fully evolved, and seeing who the best of every type is. I want to break down a little bit more what we're doing with that. Right now, we're knee-deep in the fire types right now, so we have 5 fire types done. We have 2 left to go. We have Rapidash, Charizard, Magmar, Ninetales, and Arcanine have been completed. We have Flareon and Moltres next. And this is why I want to break it down, because we have 2 Pokemon right now that are fire flying type, and I just want to clarify that they will be classified solely in the fire type. They do have the flying type, but they will be fire type only. They are not going to be able to compete in the other ones. So it makes it sound like we're like competing in like this weight class or that, but I just want to clarify because some Pokemon will cross over, and I want to give them a distinction. Some will, I'm sure maybe some will rare, maybe count for both. But what I want to do is just kind of clarify some of the confusing ones. So let's go and dive into the first couple types. So these 2 types don't have any competition at all. The Dragonite line and the Gengar line don't have any competition. I do want to play through them fully evolved so that I get a playthrough in. I think Gengar will do very well in this. I don't think Dragonite will. Just because Gengar's typing makes it can't get hit. Except I think there's a Pokemon in the forest, the bug forest, that has Poison Sting that can hit him. That's the only Pokemon that can hit him early in the game, unless we fight our second rival battle, which we usually do, so that can hit him. But beyond that, a lot of normal moves that can't touch Gengar. Dragonite, it's not going to be bad because it is a fully evolved pseudo-legendary Pokemon. It just doesn't have a lot of things going for it. It has a slow level up rate. It just doesn't start off with great moves. So I don't think it'll do quite as well as Gengar. I think it'll do pretty well because, like I said, pseudo-legendary. Let's move right on to the next type, which is electric. The only one here we have to classify is Zapdos. Zapdos will be a electric type, or an electric type. He will be classified in that, so that leaves us with Zapdos, Raichu, Magneton, Electabuzz, Jolteon, and Electrode. So that's 6 types, and obviously we have some pre-evolutions, but we're not going to play through them. And yeah, Zapdos, like I said, will be he is the front runner, in my opinion, for this group. The flying type really does help him out, and he gets a lot of great moves early in the game, whereas a lot of these other Pokemon don't get these moves, and so it makes Brock's gym pretty hard. So I think Zapdos has the advantage here because it has another typing with another move that's neutral against him at least. So we'll see, but that's why we play through the playthroughs, to figure those things out. Moving on to ice types. Some of these ice types have other typings. Arcanine is a flying type, flying ice. It will be classified solely as ice. Dugong is a ice water type, so it will be classified as ice. Cloyster, I think, is just ice, but it could be ice rock, but I'm pretty sure it's just ice, so that will be classified, obviously. And we have 2 more Pokemon here. We have Lapras is ice water, we'll classify it as ice. And then Jinx is ice psychic, we will classify it as ice as well. That way there's no confusion. Jinx is psychic type, Articuno is flying type, but we're going to stick solely with these types. There's not a lot of ice types, so I really don't want to move them out, and there's tons of flying types and there's tons of psychic types, so I don't want to have any kind of confusion there. Jinx will solely be run as an ice type Pokemon. Fighting type is our next type, and this one is the first kind of real distinction I have to give. The 5 Pokemon we're playing through as in the fighting type is it 5? Yeah, it's 5. Okay. Primeape, Machamp, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and then Poliwrath. Now, Poliwrath is a water fighting type. So what I'm going to do is he will be classified solely as fighting for this series. And Poliwhirl will compete in the water type. Poliwhirl is a very good Pokemon. It's actually, I think, one of the best Pokemon. It's not even fully evolved. In fact, I think Poliwhirl gets weaker when it evolves into Poliwrath. It gains the fighting type, which makes it weak to a couple more things. And it actually gets slower. Poliwrath, I still think will do very well in this. And if I had to give a prediction, I don't think I gave a prediction for the ice type, did I? I'm going to go back to the ice type real quick. Who do I think will do well? Articuno, I think, will do well. It's a legendary Pokemon. I think Jinx will probably come in second, or Lapras. Actually, no. I think Dugong's a very dark horse in this. Dugong has I think if fully evolved, Dugong starts off with a Aurora Beam. That's going to be a huge advantage early in the game for Dugong. But Articuno is just a legendary, so it's going to do very well. But I wouldn't count out Dugong as coming in second place, or maybe even overtaking it. I don't think it will, but it could. I haven't played through yet, so we'll find out. Back to fighting type. Poliwrath, like I said, will compete in this, and it's going to come down to Poliwrath. It's a 3-horse race. I've seen a playthrough with Scott Stotts where he played through with Machamp, and Machamp beat the game in like 35 minutes or something like that. Very fast playthrough. I don't know. I didn't see all the details on it. I just saw the end result. I think I was driving and listening to it at the same time. So Machamp can definitely put up a good number. I know Poliwrath can. I've played through them before, in a playthrough. I was normal playthrough, and now I played through one against, it's a fully evolved version against Gyarados, so I have something to learn from. And Hitmonlee was very effective because it starts off with Meditate and Double Kick. So you got Stab move and a really good stat modifying move. So those three, I think it's a 3-horse race. I can honestly say the Hitmonchan will probably be the worst, and Primeape will do pretty well, but there's some flaws to Primeape that make it so it's not going to be up there with the top 3. But this one's a very hard. I wouldn't put money on any one of them. If I have to pick one, I'm a champ just because I've seen it, but I think Poliwrath will give it a run for its money, and Hitmonlee is definitely a contender as well for the fighting type. Now we're going to move on to flying. Now, I'm going to make this very clear. The only flying types I'm going to count are the normal flying types. Everyone else, more or less, will be switched over to the other typing to compete in that category. What that leaves us with, like, for example, Gyarados will not be a flying water type. It will be classified as water. And we have Zubat will be classified as poison, etc., etc. So if you're seeing a Pokemon here and they have a second typing other than normal, they classify them into the other category. So I'll go ahead and go over the 4 flying normal types that we're going to classify in the flying type. It's too diverse and too broad to get specific on the other ones, so the other typing will latch onto it. And we'll do 4 of these right here. So we got Farfetch'd, Pidgeot, Fearow, and Dugtrio. Now, I've played through all these before. I know a little bit more about these Pokemon than I know about other types, because I've played through Fearow and Pidgeot. I've played through a couple times, so I know what they're capable of, but I've never played through fully evolved. So I don't know if that gives it a better advantage or what that does, but it can only make them better, so to speak. And Farfetch'd was great, but it doesn't evolve. We know the game better now, so we can probably play through better. Now, here's what I think is going to win it. It's Dugtrio. Dugtrio just has amazing stats, has a great move pool. It gets access to Drill Peck and Body Slam, and it has Tri-Attack. It has a whole bunch of things going for it. And when we started out with Dudo and then evolved into Dugtrio, we were only like a second faster than Farfetch'd, and I think when we start fully evolved, we're probably going to obliterate this. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a competition. I already did a ranking video for this like a long time ago, but I never did anything with them all fully evolved. So I think that's going to be a factor, and I think it's going to be Dugtrio that ends up winning this this bout right here. So we move on to Bug. All bugs are classified as bugs. If they have another typing, I'll strictly classify them as bugs in this playthrough. So for example, Butterfree is bug flying. It's this bug. And we have Paris, which is bug grass. That one might be an exception. I'll have to decide that. I'll have to see how many grass types I've already done a playthrough of this, so maybe I will just classify it as grass and keep it as it is. Scyther is bug flying, which is classified as bug. Pinsir's bug, and Beedrill is bug flying. It might be bug poison. I think it's bug poison. And then we have Venomoth, which is, I believe, bug poison as well. That's pretty straightforward. But any kind of secondary typing will not count. We'll just keep it in the bug category. So now we're moving on to some really diverse group. We're looking at the psychic types here. And psychic types, there's not a lot of dual typings. For example, Mew is psychic, Mr. Mime is psychic, Alakazam line is psychic, Mewtwo is psychic, Hypno is psychic. So we have some crossovers, but these will all be classified, except for one, as strictly... No, actually, now I'm looking at 2 of them will be classified as the not psychic type. So Jinx, we already talked about, that's ice type. Slowbro is a psychic water. We'll classify him as a psychic type Pokemon. Starmie is psychic water. We'll classify Starmie in the water type. We're going to put that in the water type. And then the last one that's a dual type is Executor. He will be, doesn't matter where he's classified, he's not going to end up doing well. So I'll just classify him with the grass type. So that leaves us with Hypno, Alakazam, Mr. Mime, Mew, Mewtwo, and Slowbro. So that's what's going to be classified into the psychic. And I'll go over why Execute's kind of classified into the other category here in a minute when we get down to it. Rock type is our next type. Pretty much all these will be classified as rock type. Some of them are ground, some of them are flying, but I've already went over the fact that the flying type is basically negated with our Aerodactyl. And now we're looking at, we have 2 water rock types. We're just going to classify them as rock. We have so many water types in this game that I'm not going to do that many water types. I'm trying to get rid of as many water types as I can and classify them as something else. So all these will be classified as rock. Some are rock ground, which is okay. We'll classify them as rock type Pokemon. Moving right along to poison. Now poison is the most abundant type along with water in the game. So a lot of these will be counted as the other type. So for example, you have a lot of grass Pokemon here, a lot of bug Pokemon. I've already went over the bug types. will be classified as bugs. So you can roll out a bunch there. And now we're looking at the grass types. You have Venusaur, you have Vileplume, you have Victory Bell. All of them will be classified as grass types when I get the grass. Now here's some tricky ones. Nidoking and Nidoqueen. Are they poison or are they ground? I think they're more ground than poison. So I think I want to classify them as ground type when I do the ground type competition. But these are ones that I think could blend into both. This is one of the few that I think could blend into both. So what that leaves us with is Golbat, Muck, Weezing, and are there any more? Actually, we have a Tentacle. Do we have Tentacle? That's a tough one right there. That one I'm not sure of right now. Do I want to have Tentacle? I guess when we get down the water, we'll figure that out, because we'll see how many more water types we have. But we have some classified here. Gengar won't count. It's just a ghost type, so we won't count Gengar's line in that. But yeah, that does throw a wrench in there, having the water. It doesn't matter, I guess. We have so many poison, we have so many water. It doesn't really matter if they're classified as both. But we're going to have to figure that one out. And then now we'll dive into the water. We do have a couple types left, but these are the most abundant types right here, smack dab in the middle of all of this. Looking at this, like I said, we're rolling out all the rock types. So the fossil Pokemon, Amistar and Kabutops, they're rolled out. We got Vaporeon. Yep, that's a good one. We're not classifying Lapras. We got Staryu. We've already said that. I think I will have to classify Tentacle into this. We have Blastoise. We have Psyduck in there. We have Seaking is included in this. Kingler is included in this. I already went over Staryu. It's included. Okay, so, and we already went over Poliwhirl. Poliwhirl will be classified into this. And then Gyarados. And then Seadra. Seadra, yeah, okay, so this classifying Tentacle I think fits into this pretty well. And that in Staryu definitely fits in as well. I'm happy about fitting that in here. It makes sense. We're not going to have as many as we thought, because I can get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Slowbro, 6 with Dugong. Yeah, so we've already eliminated 6 by classifying them into other things. Okay, that's good. I like that. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Moving on to grass. I've already classified all these grass Pokemon that are part poison or psychic will be classified in here. And Paris, I've already done a playthrough of Paris actually versus Vileplume to see how that is. Now I started out as Paris and then evolved to Parasect. It did pretty well. I just don't know if I want to classify it as a bug or grass type. I think it's more grass than bug, to be honest with you. But we'll have to figure that out between now and whenever I did. This is a way down the line because I don't plan on doing grass again. I did grass a lot last year, so I think I want to classify it. Now, the thing about Executor. Now this had people in an uproar when I ranked the grass types I played through before, which was starting out as its base form and playing. Executor does not start off with good moves. That one, it's a good Pokemon. If you pick this up after Celadon City, this Pokemon's amazing. You can add Mega Drain, you can add Psychic, it might have Stomp, it might have other moves. Okay, it's a great Pokemon in that regard. However, it is not great in a sense that you have to start the game with just Barrage and Hypnosis. It's very difficult. You have a lot of normal type Pokemon early, you have a rock type Pokemon early, and you don't get a great move until you learn Stomp at level 27 or 28 or something. People were in uproar about me saying that it wasn't the best one. This is ranking solely based on how your playthrough is starting the game with this Pokemon and playing all the way through. Not how good it is when you get it later in the game. If you get it mid-game, I'm having no arguments with you. The people were in an uproar when I did that last time. Just keep that in mind. This is playing through from start to finish, and I would recommend checking out the playthrough before you judge it too bad, okay? Moving on to the next category, which is the ground type. So we have three mono ground types, which is Sandslash, Marowak, and Dugtrio. Now we did a 3-way battle with those 3, and now I have the overlay, so I do want to play them again. But like I said, Geodude, the Golem line and the Rhyhorn line will not be classified in here, and neither will Onix. Now I wanted to look at this and say, what do I want to do when it comes to the actual typing when it comes to Nidoking and Nidoqueen? I think it fits into the ground type better than it does the poison. A lot more ground moves are available to it. It does a lot more of those things, and it just looks more like a ground Pokemon than a poison Pokemon. So I think I will classify it in here, which is going to really shake up this list, because when I played through before, and I'll play through again with stats, maybe seeing the stats will give me better vantage point on how the Pokemon will play, or how much better I can play with those things available to me. But Sandslash was the clear winner. It gets access to Swords Dance, and it can badge boost. And Dugtrio did pretty well. Marowak did not. So we will see, but doing Nidoking and Nidoqueen I think will just add to this, and it really is going to put a good competition against Sandslash. I think Nidoking actually will come out on top of all this because it has so much diversity of moves, and its stats are well diverse that it can use all those moves effectively. Nidoqueen's kind of close to that, but not quite as good. Nidoqueen is more of a defensive Pokemon than an offensive one. And then Sandslash obviously has access to Swords Dance, so it gives it a huge leg up compared to the others. But we will see. I'm excited about that playthrough. And the last type that I have not talked about yet is normal types. Right from jump, we can eliminate all the bird Pokemon. All the flying Pokemon are gone. So that leaves us with Chansey, Persian, Tauros, Raticate, Jigglypuff, Clefairy, Lickitung, Kangaskhan, and Eevee, Porygon, and Snorlax. That's a lot of Pokemon. But when you break this down and you look at it, I don't think there's really any other way to classify them out of here. All of them. Some of them are Fairy type, but Fairy type didn't exist in Generation 1. So I think it's going to be a good competition. Kangaskhan's a really good Pokemon. Tauros can be a really good Pokemon. Snorlax can be very tough to beat as well. Chansey has like a huge advantage when it comes to its special, because in Generation 1 it only has special, not special attack, special defense. So any special moves, it just will obliterate things, and it has a lot of health. There's a lot of advantages here and a lot of fun Pokemon to play through here. But I will not be playing through Ditto again. Screw that. Like, yeah, that Pokemon can kick rocks. Stupid little piece of gum. That was so annoying. I'm not playing through that Pokemon again. So we'll just exit him out of this. Put a big old X over him and not even like consider him for the running. Okay. So I went over all the types there. So let's go back. And I hope this clarified a little bit of what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to make sure there are some Pokemon that would just naturally cross over to other types. I want to specifically pick a type and stick with it. And for the most part, I think I did that. There's one or two types out there one or two Pokemon out there that make it very difficult. But I really like the fact, I'm real excited about this one too. Obviously, it's because it's in my logo. But I want to see how Poliwhirl does against the other water types, even though it's not fully evolved. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is JD. This is Poliwhirl's Wrath, and let me know what you think. So I'm on vacation this week. That's why you got this video rather than anything else. So let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys on Friday, where I'm going to have a playthrough of Mewtwo, or I may not. It just depends. Right now it's 6:30 on 4/24, which is a Thursday, and I have today and tomorrow to get the video edited, voiceover, and then produced if I want to do that. So we'll see if I can get it done in time. Let me know what you think. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.